All right, we are getting ready for round 2, and we're at Oxford, which has scared off quite a few people. Looks like we're only going to have 4 heat races tonight, and barely just 4 heat races. So that means 10 will transfer out of the B main when we get to that. It's going to be a difficult place to pass in the heats, just because everyone's going to have grip. And it's going to just be about, taking your draw with 10 transferring from the B main. Really, it's not going to be too big of a deal, even if you go to the C main, because if you can transfer out of the C, get to the B, and more than half the field will be transferring. But yeah, let's take a look at the draws. And who is going to get bad luck? Well, Tracy and Mitch are in the same one, and Tracy is starting at the rear. Then we are starting 6th. Not that great. Wesley gets a good draw. Gavin gets a bad draw. Kenny gets to start on the front row, so it's a much better draw for him right now. But we'll see how this goes. It's going to be a difficult race, I think. I think everyone else knows now that tire saving is a big deal. Let's get ourselves away from that weird bit there, and we'll zoom in here. So, we've got Brandon and Dan on the front row. Mitch is going to be starting outside 2nd row, outside of Bryce. Then we're missing a couple of people from the next row. But Mitch was showing fastest times. Tracy obviously fairly quick as well. And he's got a new paint scheme for this week. Alright, so we are getting ready. 12 laps. Cautions are on. Single file restarts if we get cautions. And let's see how this one goes. Very early green there. Mitch is going to go to the top side. You don't have to worry about your tires in this one. They are 3 wide at Oxford down the backstretch. And how is this going to work? Dan is getting swamped right now. I assume he is probably on the fixed setup. Mitch already into a transfer spot. Tracy working the outside back there in the 5th position, and looks like he's going to keep on going to the outside, or is he going to dive in here? He's going to go on to the outside and making that work. So right now, not a lot of rubber built up on that 2nd lane. You're going to get a little more grip, but a little more wear as well. Tracy's just got to move himself up 1 more spot, and he'll be in the B main. A little bit of a curb check there by Dan. Tracy's going to cross under. He gets the nose there, and Dan's going to give him room. That's always a very tricky situation here at Oxford. So, back up front, Mitch is in 2nd. Brandon holding on to the lead at the moment. And Dan is headed backwards right now as Brian's making his debut. Dan's just looking for a way to get down. And a little bit of a bobble there on the curb by Rick. So everything's single filed out now. Mitch going way out on the high side on the straightaway over the banking. But fairly tame at the moment. Tracy's going to be looking for an extra 4 spots to start in the B main. If he can get around Bryce, he can start on pole for the B main. Bryce is going to give him the room. Probably better just to fall into 4th rather than risking getting contact. That has allowed Brian to pull up, and then we got Blaze Shaw and the 81 in 6th who might be able to catch up. A little bit of a curb check there. Dan has made his way all the way to the rear. But back up front, Brandon with a very solid lead, and will be starting the 150 from pole if he can hold on to it, as long as he doesn't hit the curb or anything. But luckily we've had some clean racing, and now I think we're starting to see some handling issues pop up for a few people getting loose on corner entry. Tracy's coming after Mitch, though. Is Tracy going to get to Mitch? A little bit of a bobble. See who is going to come out with the final transfer spot. Mitch gets up on the curb. That really slows you down. I've spun out multiple times hitting that on exit. It's going to bunch everyone up right here for the 2nd through 5th position. And checkered flag. There we go. Mitch holds on to it. And decent first race there. All right. Well, this one's ours. We've got Colton Austin's making his debut. Oh, wait, maybe. We got Colton, myself. We don't have Austin. Ryan starting at the back. Zach starting at the back. Chris is here. He did good. Shane's starting at the back. Yeah, we don't want to start going backwards here.
You're on the outside this time. Pit road is closed.
Kevin's on pole. This one is gonna be fairly tough. We got Matthew and Ethan and
There's
Billy.
no tire changes allowed during this race. Treat them right and good luck.
We'll just try to get ourselves out of this one without too much of an issue. That's the biggest thing. If we can go 5th place, awesome. Hopefully I've got the heat set up in. If we can get 4th place, even better. If it's 6th place, no big deal. But, we've seen some fall off there at the end, so might be a possibility that we can get something out of it later.
1 lap to green.
12 laps seems like a short time, but when you're pushing this car way over the limit,
About to go green. Stay
it can
focused.
definitely go away on you. So let's see what we can do here.
The pace car is off. Be ready. Green, green, green.
Don't have room to get down.
Car inside. Stay high.
This is an awkward position.
Still there, inside. You're in the middle.
We've got to kind of just go for it.
Still inside.
44 is really slow at the moment and is really killing our chances.
Stay high. Stay high.
We got room to fall in. We do.
Great job. 10 to go.
Yeah, great job on losing all those spots. Let's see what we can do now.
Outside.
Got a couple more people shuffled up to the high side. It's going to get us back into possibly 6th.
Still there.
I have no idea what happened to Ryan there. He just went straight off the track. He might have lost his force feedback. I know that there was a Windows update that screwed over a bunch of people.
15.369.
Try to get Shane to move up a bit. We're going to have to go high, try to cut down. See if we can get a run that way. Might need to I don't want to make a gear change, because then I'll just be overdriving the corner.
15.42.
Already overdriving the corner. Curb hit, possibly. It might have just been prediction code, but these guys are starting to fall off a bit as well.
15.3485. 5 to go.
I was hoping we're going to just get the nose there.
Outside.
He gave us a lot of room, but we got really tight down there.
Still there, hold your line. Keep low. 15.504. You're in fifth. Still there, hold your line.
One more spot would be amazing. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it, but they're definitely slowing down up here.
2 more, let's go. Clear outside if you want.
It's going to be hard to cut down, though, right now. Can't open up that inside to let Shane back in.
White flag, white flag. 15.684.
Yeah, and it looks like probably a C. Unless something happens here. Nothing we could do, though. We just got stuck behind an extremely slow car there and went a long ways backwards. Alright, well, that is that. Let's see how everyone else fares. Gavin with a bad draw. We'll see if he gets some good luck, though. We got Lee and Wesley on the front row. Kenneth and JP, second row. And then Christopher and Gavin, Justin and Ian, and Scott is going to be the tail end. I don't think that was Ryan. I think it was Ethan that pulled off and left. But let's see what happens in this 12-lapper. Wesley's coming off a good run in the trucks. JP making his debut in the 80. Lee bringing him down. And are we going to get our first caution? Scott gets into the back of someone way at the back as he was ready to go midfield. Did not get going. Got Justin and Gavin battling back here. JP getting shuffled up in the... No, that's not JP. JP's in the 80. He's running third. That is Kenneth Wright getting shuffled up. Gavin's getting to him now. And looks like Gavin might be able to get a nose in there for turn 3. And working the high side back there around slower traffic. Scott making moves in the 25. He's going to take a look inside. Can't quite get there. We got contact in the back. And almost a flip. Go ahead and... Oh, I was going to throw a yellow, but...
The yellow flag is out.
Tried to, and could not hit the right button there. I don't know if it's going to... It shouldn't put him a lap down. But we're going to have quick cautions here. I believe he should still be on the lead lap. He is. Because it's going to revert to the last lap, and we should be good. So let's try going. They're all lined up, single file, and yeah, it hurts the people at the back, but it doesn't catch someone out with no choose rule or anything like that. Wesley got the lead. We didn't see that happen. And here we go.
Green flag.
Scott working the outside, and it looks like he might be able to get it done. Work through 1 and 2. Can he get it to work through 3 and 4? He'll go out way out wide, trying to get as much as he can. Gavin's making a move on the inside, possibly. He's going to get a nose there on Christopher, and that's going to move him up into the 5th spot. Scott's still struggling to get around there. High side just not quite workable at the moment. I think later on in the A main it will be. And checking out front, Wesley. We are starting lap 8 now. Is Gavin going to be able to do what we couldn't and work his way into the top 4 here? It looks like he's got some speed. He's just got to get it cut down under Allen out of the corner, but Allen got a good drive there. Big checkup, though, on corner entry. That's going to screw up Gavin's whole 3 and 4 there. Gavin's going to go out wide, try to get a little bit of a run. Doesn't have as much pressure from the 00 back behind, although Christopher drives it in pretty deep there. And Scott's still struggling. He's not been able to make that pass, and now is stuck on the outside of Ian. JP, though, taking a look for the final transfer spot straight to the main. White flag is out. Are these guys going to keep it clean? Lee's trying to work the outside. He's got to hold on for one more corner. And JP gets a little slow there. Gavin gets into the back of Allen as they check up, and that is just bad luck. JP checked up quite a lot there, and that just got him all stacked up, and unfortunate for Allen. He gets the bad end of the deal on that one. So, final heat race. And we've got Rob and Kenny up front. See if Kenny remembers to click the join button. Alright, so Rob and Kenny up front. And we got Nick. And outside of him is Jared. Austin and Gavin. Of course, they'd be starting side by side. And we got Chad back here in the 17. James Hester, John Lewis, and Dylan Keynes with the worst draw of the night. So this one's kind of up in the air. Austin, I think it's going to be quick. And honestly, no idea where everyone else is going to be on speed.
Green, green, green.
Rob gets a good jump. Kenny's going to be able to slot in behind him. And Nick gets squeezed down there a little bit by Jared. They keep it clean. Chad should be fairly quick. He's quick in short track stuff. And he's going to get around Gavin as Gavin is just getting the freight train like what we got. Dylan, though, has worked his way up from the last spot into the 6th position now. Kenny has made his way to the lead, as you would expect. Now can Rob hold on to this, or is Nick going to get a run on him? Luckily, we haven't had too many corner entry issues. Chad's going to get moved up just a bit there as Dylan gets a really good run. And Dylan is making the biggest move so far that we've seen. James gets a little high there and gets into Gavin. Rob trying to hang on to this final transfer spot. It looks like he's starting to push wide. We're just starting lap 6. It'll be halfway at the end of this one. I'm not sure Rob's going to be able to hang on to it. Not with that big of a push. He's going to get a little bump there from Nick as well, 3/4 of the way through the corner. As Dylan's working his way now under Austin, might bring Chad with him. Head back up to the final transfer spot here. Not too big of a deal to get this pass done, since B main's going to transfer so many people, but you know, there's always that risk of getting some bad luck in the B. But now Dylan's working on transferring himself straight into the B main after getting the worst draw. He's going to put a nose down there, a little tap possibly, he gets off it. And now we're kind of getting into that point where one little bump could cause a big stack up here. Dylan works it perfectly, gets the nose down below, gets squeezed down a little bit, but is going to be able to get this one complete. Chad gets a little loose behind there, and he's not able to get the nose to follow through. Rob's still holding on to this transfer spot. I thought for sure he was going to get too tight. We're getting the white flag now. Kenny a mile ahead. Rob holding on to that spot. And everyone else just trying to get what they can, try to set up something. And little tap there by Chad. Everyone keeps it clean. And a really good run by Dylan there, and Rob holding on to it. So, let's take a look at what we've got for mains now. We've got a D main, so we're not going to have an E main. Then a C main, which thankfully we are not in. We got lucky and transferred straight to the B main. So, that is lucky for us. I'm going to step away for a second as we get lined up for this one. Alright, so getting ready to start here, and they are staying way too close to the pace car, so apparently they did not see that message. Not going to affect anything, just going to make the start a little weird. So Frank has rejoined, and he's getting his first laps of the night. Austin making a move to the inside, top 2 transfer from this, only 10 laps. Gavin right now, I mean, it's kind of nice to see him be slow. You don't see that very often, but not on the dirt side. But he is currently next to last for the entire field. But also, got a bad draw, started on the high side. It's going to be difficult to do much here in a 10-lap main. But Alan's got to try to work his way and recover from that stack up that happened. I don't know if he's going to be able to. Kenny was able to do it last week, but this is a whole different track. A lot harder to make a move. He's going to get inside of Austin here. Austin's going to the middle groove, and he's going to get that one clear. It looks like Michael is closing in on the back of John as well. Alan's going to get that one cleared, but he has 4 laps at the end of this to get it done. So, top 2 right now. They don't want to make any mistakes, but they also need to go a little faster because Alan is much quicker than them right now. So, Michael's going to look high. That could open the door, and it does open the door for Alan. And, well, that just worked out perfectly for Alan, as long as he doesn't get ran over. And where did this guy come from? I was talking crap about him, and now all of a sudden he's shooting forward. He's looking at a 3rd place now. Him and Austin have swapped around. And Gavin working his way under for the 3rd position. We're going to be getting white flag this time now. Alan's just got to hold on to it. He's going to get 15 laps in the C main to get something done and move up to the top 2. Gavin moves up the track, gets hooked. So easy to do here. And here are your top 2. John Lewis moves on, as does Alan. So we will be moving on to the C main now. 15 laps, top 2 move on. Alright. Much bigger field now. Much harder to get through here. Shane has got to move his way up into the B main. He led most of the first part of last week. Chad's got to move himself up. Ryan, you know, he's out of position. Scott, way out of position. Ian, we had to fight hard to get around him. I mean, this is a tough B main. Or C main, sorry. This would be a tough B main if there was only 2 spots to transfer. Unfortunately, I can't adjust things to make it more even. If we get a full server, transferring 2 is really the only way to do it without getting massive fields or having a ton of mains. So, just part of it. Luck of the draw is really the biggest thing with this series, and that's what's going to make it fun, because sometimes you might get lucky and make the A main, or sometimes you're going to struggle and just have everything bad happen to you.
Green flag.
A little bit of a jam up there on the back. Scott going to the high side, and Rick goes a little higher than Scott was expecting. Luckily, Scott doesn't get shoved off. He's going to make up some ground. James going for that 4th position. And did we have someone spin out? I go back here and see. Oh, he got into the back. I think he's just pulling it in. He might have got a penalty. I'm not sure what happened. Or since he didn't get the caution, might just be giving up. But unfortunate situation for him. He just got put in a bad spot with that big checkup at the end of his heat race. So Shane's got this one in hand, and he shouldn't burn off his tires before the end of it. Chad is holding on to second. Ryan is third. James doing well in fourth. Looking back here, Scott just not able to get any movement in that 25. He's trying every line that he can, and just hasn't been able to get it to work out. A little blink from Chad. I think John's just kind of sitting in the back, saving tires, waiting, hoping for a caution late. But as spread out as everyone is right now, does not look like that's going to happen. So really, only thing that matters here is the battle between these two. Not sure much is going to happen back here other than contact that might change up how the battle up front goes, but going to be very difficult to move up. And then actually we're only getting a 20-lap remake. This thing really screwed everything up with it skipping the E. It was supposed to be 25 laps. So it was supposed to start out with 10 and then 15 for the D20 for this race and 25 for the B main. But you know what? It's probably best. So things spreading out in the mid-pack. Scott just not able to get the pass done. He's quick on the high side at the start. Chad gets the berm just a little bit. That's going to allow Ryan to catch up to him, and then that blinking out is going to possibly cause some issues. We do have the new damage model on now, so it's going to be easier to get the front end underneath the rear bumper. And that's it. Unfortunate for Ryan. Let's load up our B main heat, or our B main setup. Just remind everyone that you don't have to get too crazy here.
Line up on the outside, closed, pit road is closed.
But you also don't want to get sucked backwards into the mess. So we got some stronger people behind us, and got some fast people just ahead of us. I think we're going to be quicker than Brian. Dylan's way quicker than us. I just want to transfer because I love the long races. Can go slow and be quick later on, but 20-lap race here. We're stuck on the high side again. We're just going to have to hope for a bit of luck on our side. See if we can get down in front of Christopher. That's our main goal, is drop down
1 lap to green.
as soon as we can. So we know what the two cars on our inside look like. Try to work that the best we can.
Get ready, going green.
but we're also going to go for it on the high side at the start, just in case there is a checkup up front.
The pace car is off. Be ready. Green, green, green.
High side does not get going very well. And we've actually cleared Brian, so that's nice. That gives us one spot of safety.
19.814.
I'm not going to drive it too hard. Gavin's already getting loose. Trying not to have my nose in a bad spot right now. Although it'd be nice to get to the inside of Dylan. He's quicker than us and would immediately get back to our inside, which would then allow a lot of people behind us, and we got a caution. As I think they got stacked up on corner exit and started hitting the curb and then bumpers or just spinning there. But that is 5 laps down.
Pit road is now open.
But yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how everyone plays the A main. It's going to be a battle of who can go the slowest, the quickest. And we can start shortening things now.
One to go, next time by. About to go green, stay focused.
So single file restart. That gets Dylan in front of us, and I think we can all just be patient here.
The pace car is in. Green flag, green flag.
Didn't mind that third gear start. We all just gotta... Oh, what do we have happen? Someone drive off the track? The cones are all messed up on the inside.
15.733.
A little loose. Bryce having a little bobble up there. It looks like Chad had some issues possibly on that restart. We got a caution.
Line up, single file. Closed, pit road is closed.
Well, issues in the back, and that looks like that took out Shane possibly.
Pit road is now open.
And we've got
Good job. Very
Blaze
good job.
off the track there. So everyone trying to get up to the final spots, and all 10 of us are just being really chill, as we all know that the main one is in a bit.
One to go, next time by.
Everyone should have time to get lined up already, so
Going green.
no need to waste time.
Post car is off, time to do your job. Green, green, green.
Bryce once again grabs the curb on entry, it looked like.
15.591.
So the number one thing we gotta watch for is Brian starting to get challenged. That's the biggest thing. If Brian's starting to get challenged, then he might start challenging us. So we've got to just look out for that. If he's got space, then we got to just hope that he's willing to sit in 10th and transfer. We do not want to get moved up high, even though there's some space to get in behind him right now.
15.631.
Plus, we don't want to be in 10th place on a restart because you never know what 11th place is willing to do.
15.545.
Christopher, though, has gotten around for the 11th position. He was the one that went spinning for the first caution, so he's wanting to get up here and give Brian a challenge.
15.53.
Brian's using kind of a different line now that they're not too concerned about their mirror. Doing a lot more sliding up in the middle of 1 and 2, it looks like. Just being very cautious of the curb so you don't hit it and spin. Brian's still got quite a bit of room. Christopher's really pushing it. What I can't have happen is these guys stack up in front of us. It looks like JP is falling off a bit, and everyone's kind of getting up on his bumper now, but we're nearly to the end. Not going to be a caution, so can't get caught up in anything here. Christopher is there. We're going to go very defensive here so Brian can't throw it in. And we have transferred, just barely. So not a whole lot of action in that one, but when you're transferring most of the field, it makes for a boring race. All right, so we got a warm-up. We're going to throw in our feature set. Now, this is all built by me. Well, not built by me, but adjusted by me from last week's race. And, yeah. So, for the A main, got Brandon on pole, Kevin, Wesley, Kenny, Mitch, Colton. We got a good field of people. Just making sure I've got feature fuel in. We are fast forwarded to an entire new day, and well, we pretty much got the same weather. It's 91 degrees out now. 98 track temp, and yeah, 150 laps. Thankfully we made it again, and we'll be starting at the back and just doing what we do, saving. And I've kind of did a little practice on saving my tires, just kind of figure out how slow I have to go in order to keep them even. And then we just got to hope that cautions fall our way. But I think even if cautions don't fall our way, anyone pushing is really going to start to struggle at about lap 70, especially here since you're in a constant turn almost. But 150 laps or 80 minutes. Hopefully we don't get anywhere near that 80 minutes. A couple seconds slower lap times than what we were doing at Lanier, so we've we've got a little more room to work, but yeah, hopefully it's a good show.
You'll be lining up on the
So far, the
inside.
racing's
Closed,
been better
pit road
than I
is
thought it
closed.
was going to be. I thought we were going to have a lot more contact and a lot more dives up the inside, but thanks to everyone that came out. Sorry if you didn't make it. It's just going to be the luck of it. I mean, we were that close to not making it. It's once you get outside of that B main, things get very difficult to move on. So just hope that you get a good draw next time and can hold on for 12 laps, or I might do 10 laps at some of the bigger tracks. But yeah, this one is going to be a whole different game now because everyone knows what they got to do. If someone's burning up their stuff now, well, that's on them. They should know after last week's race how you got to handle things. But good short track racing on a very difficult track.
Next up, 77 car.
I wish we could have put more people in the race, but once you start getting into the 20s on short tracks, it can get very ugly very quickly. Luckily, time-wise, though, we're clicking this off.
One left to green.
It's going to be a shorter show, most likely, than the last one, since we had one less heat race and one less main. But
About to go green.
hopefully this goes well. And we're just going to put session best up and focus on running to a time.
The pace car is off. Be ready. Green, green, green.
Run to a time and don't get yourself lapped.
Outside.
And try not to have contact.
Stay low. Stay low. There's a car on the high side.
It's a weird
23.
type of racing, but it's kind of how all of real world racings went now.
Outside is clear.
Is save and race at the end. I mean, so many late model races that I've watched on Flow, it's
16.15.
the same story over and over. That's why I went cautions not counting and no lucky dog, just to make it so you can't just save massively, go a lap down, and get a lap back, because that wouldn't be fair. I mean, it would be risky, but it would not be fair at all. So you have the ability to race your way back on to the lead lap,
16.03.
especially with the lap cars maintaining, which is why I do that on the restart. Plus, I think that's the only way that racing should be. Second place, and everyone else shouldn't get a bunch of spots back
16.882.
if there's 5 lap cars between them and the leader. We're going about the pace I want to go. A little bit slower, but I think that's just from traffic.
15.749.
0.6s were about where I wanted to be. The biggest thing is, where's the leader? Wonder, did I map that button?
15.864.
I mapped a button on something, and it was supposed to tell me where the leader was. I'm just gonna look.
15.9.
Brian's scaring me a bit.
Car inside. Stay high. Stay
No
high.
need to get ran over yet. Even though we're going slow.
16.644.
7 seconds behind us. So I think around lap 20 or 30, we're going to start seeing people struggling. The people that are already at the back that just don't have a very decent setup or don't have some things quite right. At the moment, though, not a lot we can do, and we're going to get forced into going harder than we want to if the leaders do catch us, so... Although Bryce and Brian might wreck each other here. But I still think we're going to see people getting extremely loose, just getting on the throttle too hard out of the corner. My concern is the right front.
15.773.
I don't want to wear that thing down because obviously if you can't turn here, that's not good.
15.784.
I think we're going to get into a big train of cars all the way around the track, though, once the leaders catch us. If we don't get a yellow before then. And then we're going to get into a weird situation where the back of the field is trying to go much quicker. It's kind of evened out at the moment.
15.811.
Right now it's just going to be so difficult to do anything to make a pass. You're going to burn stuff up, so just got to be patient. If the cautions fall in the right spots, cool. If they don't, cool. Just part of racing. Yeah, last week we saw about lap 60 or 70, people really started to fall off.
15.891.
And who knows if I've adjusted correctly. I may have just made this thing worse. It does feel like it's going through tight right now.
15.856.
But when I watched Gavin's video, he was going through massive tight, and then all of a sudden it was uncontrollable loose, so...
15.791.
Alright, 4.8 back. Not a whole lot of excitement happening here.
15.797. Nice run, solid work. 15.835.
Starting to struggle.
15.8.
Do I push it a little harder to try to get some wear on the right rear? Looks like Gavin's starting to struggle a bit too. Bryce has pulled back up to him. 4.5 back to the leader. This is what happens when I have to make my own setup adjustments. car does not fire off. But can't get tricked into overdriving the car. Still a very, very, very long way to go. But it's going to be a very long race if we get lapped and can't get our lap back.
16.023.
These guys are all really tightening up on each other.
15.97.
What I'm hoping for is these guys get too worried about the leaders coming and end up one of them spinning the other, and then we get a caution. We can kind of reset ourselves.
15.835.
We might have to go for a bit here, but it's not going to do us much good if we can't pass anyone, so...
15.744.
Brake stabs, trying to get some rotation on entry. Gavin is definitely starting to struggle, it looks like. Alright, we pulled back up. About to run our fastest lap if we would push through this. May even still do it. Feel better about that. .6 behind us.
15.847.
Getting worried.
15.956.
I mean, they're not in our mirror yet, but we're constantly turning, so it's hard to ever really see them.
871.
But no one's been able to make a move. I don't know if it's the same way in mid-pack, but it just looks like it's going to be impossible to do anything until people start going in the wrong direction on handling. Starting to loosen up again. Almost a third of the way done. So, great job to everyone. Keeping it clean so far. 3.2 back to the leaders. They're definitely not going to fall off to the point where I drive up and win this thing. Especially if I have to start pushing it to stay away from them. Everyone's starting to push it a little bit more back here now. We're also seeing the car just ahead of Gavin falling off. That is Nick King, but he might just be backing it up. It's going to get really dicey once the leaders catch us, because we're all going to start pushing it much harder. Just kind of cooling my tires off again. $100 to go.
15.913.
I think we're starting to see a few people in the mid-pack fall. Brandon's having a heck of a run though, because he's still closing in on us, so he's not dropping off. If this thing goes green the whole way, that's going to get interesting as well. But yeah, there's a lot more cars in that mid-pack now stacked up, at least that I can see, that I wasn't seeing before. Nope, and we got someone on pit road.
15.838.
I wonder if they forgot to put enough fuel in, or just got bored.
15.848.
Nope.
Car ahead. The yellow flag is out. Line
Oh,
up,
and
single
Brian
file. Close.
goes
Pit road
wide,
is
gets the
closed.
dirt, and ends up in the fence. He'll be able to get his lap. Well, he's not going a lap down because it goes last lap, but he got a lot of damage there. And that is the caution we needed. We just need everyone to catch up.
Past the pace car. Pit road is now open.
So made it about the same distance as Lanier. I think they just started getting stacked up on each other. Unfortunate for Brian there, as he went off to the right and then just it went out from under him. I assume we are all caught up now. Rob gets hit with the caution, so he's going to go to the back.
22 car.
He's not a lap down though, it just cycles him. And if we don't get the 2 to go this time, I will hit it. Lee comes back out of the pits.
99 car.
We have 2 to go now. I think we're all lined up. All right, well, good first run. Looks like Kevin also got hit with something there.
1 to go, next time by. Get ready, going green.
But single file restart, so we're much further back from the leaders on the start of this one. But now we're going to kind of see where everyone's at,
Green, green, green.
who's falling off. Because once you cool them down and then heat them back up, it seems to change it a little bit if you've abused them. I think with as difficult as it is to pass, I might go a little harder here. A little earlier than I want, but we had so much left at the end of last race that I'd feel stupid if we had 50% tires left at this point. So hopefully Dylan's feeling the same way and can just open some doors for us.
15.726.
Stepped on the brakes really hard there.
Slow car down low. Still there.
Lee is coming out of the pits. That is not allowed. It's not a big deal here, but some of the other tracks, it would be a major issue, so I'm not going to penalize him because it's going to be hard to even do that. I'm not sure how he's had to go into the pits multiple times now, but
15.697.
what we got to do is not stomp on the gas on exit, because we saw that that just killed the right rear. So
15.746. Car outside. Keep low. Clear high.
Gavin just gives up the spot and gets back in line as soon as he can, rather than run laps on the outside. Probably the smart way of doing it. Coming up on Kenny in 9th place. Bryce is way overdriving entry. He's gonna start falling off. Especially if he's pushing out that wide on the straightaways on corner exit. He's just going to be using up that right front too much at all times. We're still saving, but moving up when we can. That was a bad corner exit for us. Is that Kenny trying to get around Colton? Possibly. Yep.
15.855.
Oh, he gets the nose down. They might have made a little contact.
15.8.
And he's doing everything he can to try to get a pass done here as Colton seems to be going fairly slow. Kenny's using up that left rear.
15.96.
There he is. He's got it this time, I think. Unless he's getting too loose off corner. Nope, didn't get it done. Now he's got it right. Nope.
15.964.
Luckily survived that. Colton's gonna get freight trained here. We're gonna push hard just to get around him while he's stuck up top.
Car outside. Stay low. There is a car on the high side. Okay, we're halfway to the finish. Still there. Hold your line. 15.93. Clear outside.
Halfway. Still feel like tires are fairly even. Looks like Nick is getting a little pushy on corner exit as well. We're in 11th though right now. Not terrible. I don't think any of the front leaders are falling off because we would start to see them by now. So they have balanced their usage. Fuel-wise, we're fine. Probably overfueled. But you never know. And with cautions not counting, if you get one too many of those, you're burning, half a lap of fuel every caution. I feel like, I mean, we're pushing it, but we're not. I still feel, you know, I'm not stomping on the gas. Looks like JP's falling off now.
15.831.
I don't know if Dylan's falling off or if he's just going that slow. I think he's decided he's not going to pass Nick. He's just kind of riding right now. And I'm just trying not to get ran over by Bryce. We should all be able to get around JP very easy. Like if he's trying to fight these spots, it's only going to end up bad for him. You got to give a little bit of room for Dylan to get a run and cut down. But yeah, if you're way off the pace and cutting down, it's only going to end up with you spun, so JP thinks better of it.
16.067. Car outside. Still there. Still there.
That puts us top 10.
15.996. You're in the top 10.
It's getting loose on corner entry now. That's not a good sign.
15.968.
Kind of be careful on corner exit throttle for a moment. Kind of want to pass Dylan though, just to be able to use up my right front a bit on corner entry. I'd like to drive in a little hotter than I am, just to add some heat and wear into it. We're definitely on the right rear more. Go for it there as he pushed up a bit. We've got someone spun, possibly. I don't know if that was a spin or not. I have no idea.
15.893.
Colton really fell off.
Car outside. Clear up top. Car outside. Keep low. 15.851. Clear outside if you want it.
Alright, I'm gonna let Bryce go burn his stuff up rather than manage his tires for him.
Still there at the bottom. Clear inside.
We're gonna run a line a little higher. Just to work the tires a little more on the right front. Gavin closing back up, so he has done a much better job saving. Still 53 laps to go. And just settle it back in here.
15.964.
Great racing though by everyone so far. We may have went too early, but I think I can bring the tires back because we're not dying off. And if Colton's dying off, some of the front guys might start to die off as well. Mitch has got the lead. He is currently 9 seconds ahead of us. We're just going to let Gavin go.
15.999. Car inside. Stay high with the car on the low side. Clear inside.
He has saved more to this point, so we just got to hope that
16.4.
he uses them up too much. As we keep, you know, Mitch is 5.5 behind us now, so I guess I should have figured that when I said he was 10 seconds behind us.
15.951.
As the leader, the more people you put a lap down, the better.
Outside.
Billy's fallen off.
8, 7. Clear high.
So now we are in that range where if you've abused them, you're about to find out.
15.858.
I think Bryce is going to fall apart late. I just feel like he's been using up that right front.
Outside. Still there, hold your line. 15.839. Outside is clear.
But he's going to have to fall off hard for us to be able to catch back up to him.
15.846.
Alright. It was 30 to go when we really started pushing it at Lanier, so I think we can go now and just kind of keep balancing it. Looks like Nick's falling off now. Bryce has caught him.
15.741.
Mitch 5.8 behind. He's going through traffic, so hard to tell if he's
15.788.
slower or faster than us. If we just spin Gavin out, we get a caution and maybe gain a few spots. Oh, Nick got really loose on corner entry. That right rear is not going to like that. And then we got Wesley falling off, it looks like. So we're going to get 2 spots here, possibly. Brandon's falling off. Yep. It's time for the tires to say no more. And if there's a caution, that's going to really kill the people that just have a massive lead but are starting to fall off. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Oh, we got a big check up there. Just got to wait a moment. God, this league is so much fun. It is so nice to be able to race short tracks and have long runs. The question is, if Gavin can't get this done quickly, do we pass him now while he's jammed up? Well, never mind. That question's over with. I overdrive it. Dylan's fallen off. Wow, I didn't think he would fall off. We're in 5th place. It's happening again. But we got Kevin coming up behind us. I did not think Dylan would fall off. I thought he was going to catch back up with us. Oh, Billy is pulling it into the pits. He has lost a tire, most likely. Alright, let's see if we can beat this 77. We got our Dr. Pepper shirt on right now, so... No, he's so much better out of the corner at the moment. We're pushing too much. Another one pitting. Yeah, it looks like Dylan is pitting as well. So track is fairly light on cars. Gavin has managed his tires for once, and he is pulling away on exit. 15.792. Kevin is just a little slower than us when I hit a lap, but when I screw it up, he's a little bit quicker. 15.788. I think with all the cars that have pulled off, we're not going to have a caution unless someone loops it blowing a tire. So, saving for a caution is not going to do anything. We're 9.3 seconds behind, so we have caught Mitch a bit. But I think he has probably figured things out now and can do a whole run. 9.2. Oh, Mitch has lost the lead. Chris has got the lead. Great job to him. So Mitch has fallen off bad. We still got 25 laps left. We could end up third in this one. It's such a weird way to have to race, but it's also nicer than just everyone full throttle and you can't do anything. So some people have learned and others have not quite learned yet. It'll be interesting to see what our tires are. I feel like right front's going to be burnt up a little bit more. But yeah, most of the field is on pit road now. They've all used up their tires too much. And it's not about setup. I mean, it's a little bit about setup, but it's more about just not pushing the car too much. And Kenny must have done something because he's no longer up here. He might have been that car that was on the inside that I couldn't tell if it was a yellow or not.
15.846.
We'll see if Mitch is spinning or pushing here. Hard to tell. I think he's just trying to nurse it back so he doesn't get a meatball. Puts us P4. It's going to be a good points day if we can hold this. But still 15 to go. But I think there's only like 9 cars on track at the moment.
15.912.
Bryce is finally falling off.
Outside, clear.
He is pulling in.
15.036.
Oh, that was a bad feeling. I think the right front is gone. It shoved really bad there.
Car stop down low. Go high.
Bryce pulling it in. Gavin checking out. I can't believe how many people have still burnt their stuff up. But I guess we've essentially burnt our stuff up as well now, so I'm going to be really annoyed if we have a lot of percentage left, because it does not feel like it.
0.019.
Just try to hold on to this final spot.
15.896. Great job. 10 to go.
Tracy 4.7 ahead. Looks like Nick King is nursing it around. I can't believe it. Like, so many people. I think they just got that first caution, had him push a little too hard.
Clear up top.
But congrats to Gavin for... I thought we needed to get going around him, and he played it perfect.
967.
Question is Chris falling off? Yes, Chris is falling off hard now as well. He's only 6.3 seconds ahead of us, so if they really fall apart, Gavin could end up winning this.
15.9.
We haven't got the call on tires, so I think we can push it and stay ahead of Kevin here. Start slamming on the gas just to get it to turn out of the corner.
15.966. You got 5 laps to go.
Next race is only 100 laps. That'll be at 5 flags.
6, 7.
We're going to kind of bounce back and forth from 100, 150, 125, just to kind of change it up and just based off the track length as well. Tracy dropping hard now. I don't know if we'll get to him before the end. Chris still 6 seconds out.
2 laps to go.
We didn't get that second caution that we needed for catching up for the end. We're not going to get Tracy here unless he really can't get it turned.
15.9.
Oh, never mind. He's very slow.
Stay low. Clear up top.
And we're going to get third. I can't believe how quickly that fell apart for the entire field.
Alright, there's the checkered flag.
That is nuts. Congrats to Chris. That is a great run out of him. And 2860. So we were starting to go bad. Gavin and I about the same. So, one caution. We had one caution there. And, I mean, it helps when the entire field starts to eliminate itself because of tires. Kenny fell out 59 laps ago, so he must have been that car that was sideways. I don't know if he spun or just had to quit, but let's take a look at what all happened out there. And really, we don't have much to look at other than how Rob went around. hits the curb. Gets Colton up here. Rob gives him the inside. Colton pushes up, keeps it off of him. Rob gets a good drive off the corner. Colton overdrives entry, gets into the back of him. They go around. Rob up. Kevin gets spun there. And then Brian goes off, and there's dirt, and nothing he can do. Straight into the wall. So, that is our only issue. Chris works the right rear more than anyone. And, yeah, what was our... Oh, it's broken now, so can't see it. But, yeah, let's take a look at the standings. I assume we're still going to be in the points lead. And we are 51 points to 44. Chris ends up 43 points with his win, and 36 to Gavin, 24 to Colton. Alan, 23, but didn't even get to start the race. Kevin with 21. Ian, 21, did not start. Brandon, 20. Mitch has got 2 starts, but has just had the tires go away on him. I think it's going to be hard for the fast guys to really slow themselves down. I think they're expecting that they can go fast while keeping even tire wear and not burn through it, but I don't think that's a possibility with this car. So Cabe doesn't show, 13 points still for him. Bryce, 13. Dylan, 13. Wesley, he gets 9. And, yeah, there we go. Second race here in the series. We're heading off to 5 Flags next. That'll be a 100-lap race, so going to be a little bit different mentality on it. And then, yeah, I might change around a few tracks on the season just based off of how they've raced. Like Sobo, I don't think that's going to be a good track for us to go to. So, yeah, I hope everyone's enjoying this series. That one I can't, I mean, I'm sorry that everyone fell out there, but just part of it. Everyone's got to learn that these are long races and you got to just take your time, build up, move track position when you need to. Obviously, we went too early with Gavin, but great job to him, P2. And, yeah, thanks for watching.